about 2 years ago. You may remember that there was a mass killing of people during a Fourth of July parade in a suburb of Chicago. And a crazed young man with assault rifles killed 7 people, one of which was my brother-in-law's brother.
Oh.
And needless to say, the family was just devastated.
So is the assault rifle banning assault rifles? Is that how that ended up being your?
That was, yeah.
I can go both ways. My grandmother always told before when she was alive, be careful, Daniel. They're going to want to take your guns away. So there's that constitutional thing. And then there's the other idea, guns don't kill people. People use guns to kill people. So they'll find another way. If you take the guns away, you wish you had them when your life's threatened. So,
Well, you know something, I'm not far from what you just said. It's a fine line to walk here. Because I do believe in the Second Amendment. I actually have guns myself, to protect my home. But we just don't need 20 million assault rifles in this country. We're not going to invade Canada.
so what
And
actually is the solution, though? Break it down step by step, the actual nuts and bolts.
as I said, I think we don't need military quality weapons in the hands of civilians. And the first step is to say, as a society, as a country, we don't want this. We don't need this. Having guns is one thing, but having military weapons is another. That's not guaranteed in the Constitution. We really can't have bazookas. As nice as that might be.
Although it seems the bad people always find an illegal way to get the weapon. So
You're
if
right.
you make it illegal, I can't get it. They still can, no?
It's possible that they can, number one. So, there is a black market for things like this that's awfully hard to stop. But, also like most of these mass shootings that are done, we're having 2 mass shootings a day in the United States. Very often it's that somebody has an assault rifle around in their house. It may belong to their parents, and it's a troubled young person gets their hands on it.
Tell me more about, because what I'm really thinking the solution is, it was your brother-in-law that got killed?
My brother-in-law's brother, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
real solution after is how could we have prevented that, right?
I'm advocating a law that all assault rifles must be turned into the federal government. We know where they are. Like you started to say, 99% at least of all assault rifles were bought actually legally. So they're registered. We know who has them. We know where they are.
I was really trying to think outside the box in terms of I'm painting a picture. I don't have any details. If you want to give me some, might be helpful.
Here's the detail.
Of the scene where the shooter was that shot his brother. I don't have the solution yet, but I'm thinking what we really needed is if we couldn't get rid of the gun because he got it on the black market, we need a way to know somebody has a gun and somebody that has the gun isn't in a mental place or somehow, so we go and stop it, even though he has the gun, that
Right.
kind of solution.
Right. There are new laws and efforts to have lists of people, who are obtaining mental health support, things like that, or have had felonies or have had, troubles that get them on the list where they can't acquire the weapon. But what is happening very often, and it's been highlighted recently, where let's say a father has an assault rifle and the troubled son, takes the assault rifle and kills people. And now what's happening is that
The other reason that won't work is if the government wanted to target you so you couldn't have a gun, they could put you on the mental list even if you're not mental. That's always around now.
I think that's extreme. I don't have such little faith in our government. I don't see that
Well, it's
as
not the government. It's someone could target you personally. Thanks for sharing the story about your brother.
we make a law that you have to turn in the assault rifle that you have, and the government will give you the money back that you spent. And if you don't, you're going to go to jail for a year. Now that would give us the assault rifles out of the hands of everybody in the United States, and still keep your guns. Keep
The
your
other
guns.
guns,
Yeah.
no long-term rifles,
No.
long distance rifles.
Right. Yeah, and even hunting rifles are fine, and shotguns are fine. It's these assault rifles that use this very high
Oh,
caliber.
you're speaking to someone who is not familiar with guns to that. Tell me the difference.
Well, an assault rifle is actually military quality, where you have it's not just that it's a long gun, it's a rifle, but it uses a very high caliber bullet,
Hmm.
and it's very accurate at long distances. So snipers in military
Oh,
situations use an assault rifle. Soldiers on the
I
ground use
see.
an. The other thing about it is, as fast as you can pull that trigger, it's firing. And
Like
you
a
have
machine
large
gun.
magazines that hold a lot of bullets. So you can kill men or hurt,
So this is just so
people.
this is the only class of weapon you're proposing.
That's right.
And what are the opponents, those that you've talked to, I'm sure you have so far,
Mhm.
who other what's their argument for not doing your solution?
Well, I think that a lot of people say, I believe in the Amendment. I want to have a gun and protect my house and my family. And, if you take away assault rifles, well, what's next? You're going to come after the rest of my guns, or,
Well, that's what I thought of too, is
yeah.
it's you've opened the door, right, to just
Well,
keep going with it. But how would you prevent the domino effect that people are worried about? Like, oh, well, they got rid of assault, and well, we still have mass shootings because now they're using this next gun. Okay, let's get rid of that gun. How would you, in the
you know,
case of your brother-in-law's brother being shot and killed,
yeah.
if you had banned that gun, is there a possibility he could have gotten the next gun down to and still fired and killed people?
Yes, but probably much fewer. If he used, like a hunting rifle that doesn't allow as many bullets and doesn't allow as rapid fire.
To give the police more of a chance, to give the people more of a chance to go for cover. I just wonder if he might have still gotten killed if they used a hunter's rifle and targeted him.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
And how did he get shot exactly? Just in the crossfire? I'm not familiar with the scene.
He would, all the people who were killed were just at a Fourth of July parade, watching the parade.
Oh, so all he had to do, he didn't have to aim except into the crowd.
Exactly. It was random. He got onto the roof of a nearby building, and started firing.
I'm just trying to make sure the solution works. He could have picked any gun. He wasn't really aiming.
Yeah, that's true.
And one shot would have he didn't need rapid fire. The first shot could have killed his brother.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're still back to that's not the solution.
Well, it's part of it. It's a part of the solution, because, not only were 7 people killed, but there were dozens who were also hit. So many fewer people would have been killed and hit.
If you were to think for a moment, just,
Uh-huh.
and it's a pipe dream, but just what would it be besides taking all the guns away? What would another solution help me on this? What would another solution be so that nobody got killed or harmed in that same scenario? What's the rest of the story? So this guy was he? I'm picturing like the JFK assassination. Someone's in a tall building, peeking out a window. Where was this guy?
He was
The
on
shot.
the roof of a 2 or 3 story building, and just looked down on all the people watching the parade, and just started firing. He got his hands on it and started shooting.
Where did he get it from?
I think from his family. I think his family had it.
Well, the technology is a bit away. It was one of those alien movies where only the aliens can shoot the gun because the gun recognizes that it's them. You basically need some kind of recognition where
That could happen with artificial intelligence. Yeah, that could happen. But you'd have to retrofit, the 400 million guns we have in the United States. We have more guns than people.
well, sure, but we still have the issue of even if you make it illegal to have a gun, not everyone's going to turn their guns in, and people still get them illegally anyhow. It's a
Yeah.
long-term solution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's still downsides though to using technology versus an old-fashioned. The mechanics are going to work. I can protect myself regardless of,
Right.
if the battery goes out or the software goes bad.